Nevada, kind of a no-brainer situation there for solar and wind.
Wind and solar are great. I want to see them done at a municipal level and at a individual level, more so than at an enterprise, because wind and solar are diffuse and intermittent. So they don't provide a good solution for baseload generation. And until we have batteries in place that can store and redistribute that energy out, we have to have something that can handle our baseload needs. Wind and solar, I want to see as part of building codes. I don't see any reason why our city shouldn't make it a mandatory building code, so that when you build new buildings, or if you're rehabilitating one that's existing, if you've got a southern exposure, put a solar panel in it. It does bother me that we have the capacity to do electronic voting for our elected representatives, but we don't. And it's when you've got a representative who's supposed to be in their home district, like for me, for Nevada 2nd, who has to go to Washington, D.C. to cast votes. When we have the ability to do this electronically now, it seems like it should be a no-brainer. I should be able to cast my ballot as your elected representative while still here in my home state, so I can take care of business here. I'm totally on board with the idea of electronic voting for our elected representatives, but not so much for we the people. And the reason behind it is that you already know who I am. My vote is a matter of public record. So the blockchain would serve to validate that which is already verifiable. You know who I am and how I would have voted. You, as a citizen, rely upon, among many other things, the privacy of going in and casting a ballot privately. And if you have your identity connected to a blockchain, which it has to be if you expect to be able to verify your vote after the fact, then now your vote could be compelled. Someone could make some sort of leverage upon you that would motivate you to vote in a way you wouldn't otherwise, because you now have a way to be able to produce a record of how you voted. I'm interested in being respectful of that concern. So we can do paper ballots, and I want it looked at by lots and lots of people that don't trust each other. That's the only way to have an honest count right now.
Nice. Good answer.
People have been commenting on the show.
I don't need to ask if you're a Bernie-crat. I'll just leave it at that. Let's talk about
I was a state delegate.
Oh, go ahead. You were a state delegate.
I was a state delegate for Senator Sanders. So I was down in Las Vegas during that 16-hour disaster.
Oh, man.
And my campaign manager, we sent her off to nationals. She was a national delegate.
Oh, wow.
And the other two, Nevada sent 3 to nationals, one of whom was my campaign manager, one of whom is now in charge of the Washoe Dems, and the other is a young man who's in charge of the Young Dems. So my district, my group, my core group of people have become even more progressive and Bernie-crat rich in the ranks. So we can do paper ballots, and I want it looked at by lots and lots of people that don't trust each other. That's the only way to have an honest count right now.
Nice. Good answer.